Hello everyone and welcome to the class. My name is Audrey and today we're doing a repeat lesson of this morning's lesson. Okay, this morning we had a lesson on idioms, so today, right now, we're going to repeat that lesson. If you were here for this morning's lesson, you can participate again outside, but for those who haven't had a chance to have this lesson, go ahead and join. We're going to be going over some new idioms. Okay, so we have about 12 idioms that we'll go over today. We'll look at example sentences to try and find the meaning within the sentences, and then we'll practice it, okay? So it looks like we have our first student. Pierre, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks, and you, teacher?
Very good, very good. Nice to see you. Where are you from?
I'm from Haiti, but I living in France.
Ah, very good, very good. And how long have you been living in France?
For 2 years.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Are you new here on Verbling?
I don't understand.
Are you new on Verbling?
Yes. I'm a new on Verbling. I'm a new.
Okay, very good.
I will send you a message.
Oh, okay, very good, very good. Yes, so I'm glad to have you in class. I'm glad you could come.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So right now, for those of you who are watching, is our premium period. So those who have reservations or are premium users can join now. And in just a moment, everybody will be able to join, and we'll go ahead and get started with the lesson. Okay, I see Alpha in the chat. Hi, Alpha. Nice to see you. And again, yes, again, this is an idiom course, so if you saw the one in the beginning, then this is a review. Otherwise, this is going to be new for you, hopefully. Some of them I'm sure you've seen, others might be new, but we're going to practice using them together and try and remember the meanings, okay? So it looks like the class is open, so go ahead, everybody else, and join. And again, we'll start with some brief introductions, and then we will go ahead. So let's see, we have Enrique. Welcome, Enrique. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking, Audrey. How are you today?
Excellent, excellent. It's nice to see you. Okay, we also have Amar. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Very good. And where are you from, Amar?
Palestine.
Okay, excellent. Let's see who else we have. Larissa, are you there? You might need to unmute your microphone. So your microphone might be muted. If you click that microphone button at the top, you can unmute your microphone. Okay? Are you there, Larissa, now?
Hello?
Oh, there you are. There you are. Wonderful. We can hear you. Okay, where are you from, Larissa?
I'm from Brazil.
Okay, excellent. Nice to have you in class. And let's see, we also have Mohammed. How are you, Mohammed? I think your microphone might be muted as well. So click that microphone icon above the Verbling chat. Are you there, Mohammed? I can see you, but we can't hear you. I'll come back, okay? Let us know. We also have Galeen.
How are you?
Great, nice to see you. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, excellent. Where are you from?
Palestine.
Ah, very good, very good. And did I say your name okay?
Okay.
So could you tell me your name so I don't mispronounce it?
Ghalib.
Okay, Galib. Great. Nice to have you. We have Lara. Are you there, Lara? There's a lot of noise I think it may be from Ali. I'll keep you muted, but you, of course, can unmute your microphone. Laura, are you there? We can't hear you. Your microphone might be off. So click on that microphone icon above the Verbling chat. There should be a red button. If you click on that red button, it'll turn on your microphone. Okay? I'll come back to you in a second. Okay, now we can hear you. How are you, Laura?
Okay.
Okay, very good. And where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Excellent, excellent. And let's see, we have Ali. Welcome, Ali.
Oh, hello, Audrey. How are you?
Very good. How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks.
Okay, excellent. Nice to have you in the class. So I think that's everyone. Did I get everyone? Maybe Mohammed, are you there? Did you fix your microphone? No, we still can't hear you. Okay, I'll wait. Hopefully it'll get fixed. Okay, I'm hoping. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So again, this is a repeat lesson of the idioms class that we did this morning. So we have 12 idioms. We're going to be going over the meanings. If you have any questions at all, please ask me, and we'll help you to understand. Okay, so let me put the presentation up, and I'll also put it in the chat. Those of you who are new, you might want to click on my screen at the bottom. So click on my screen at the bottom, so that way my screen stays up. Okay, so let's start first with Ali. The first one is all walks of life. All walks of life. Could you read us this sentence?
Okay. People from all walks of life voted for him, but he still lost the presidential election.
Okay, excellent. So in this case, Ali, what do you think it means, all walks of life, to be from all walks of life?
I don't know. To be famous or something? Or to be popular?
Okay, not to be popular. So let's think about this example a little bit more. People from all walks of life voted for him. So not just rich people, not just poor people, people from all walks of life. Any idea?
So, from all over the place?
Mm-hmm. Right, from all over the place or from all different kinds of backgrounds. So they could be rich, they could be poor, they could live in a city or in the countryside, from all different parts. Okay? So it's talking about more about the life experience that a person had. So from all different life experiences. Okay? Okay, so we can see here that Verbling connects people from all walks of life, right?
Yes.
People from all different countries, people from all different social classes. Any questions that anybody has about this one? All walks of life. Okay, it's clear?
Okay. Is it formal or is it slang?
It's not slang, but it's not super formal either. It's used both informally and formally.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll hear it in conversation very often, and you can see it in writing as well. Okay, and most of these are like that. They're very commonly used both in writing and in conversational speech. Okay, good question. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, let's go to the next one. And at the end, we're going to review a little bit. So if you have any questions at the end, please ask. Next, we have to be at each other's throats. To be at each other's throats. And Amr, could you read this one for us?
Yeah, okay. To be at each other's throats. They were constantly at each other's throats before they got divorced.
Okay, very good. That last word is divorce. Divorce.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so what do you think it could mean, Amr, if they were constantly at each other's throats? Do you have any idea?
They've been always together.
Okay, they've been together. They could be together, but think about this one. They got a divorce. Do you know what a divorce is?
I guess in the marriage.
Mm-hmm. Right. So why did they get a divorce if they were at each other's throats?
I guess some problems, life problems.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anybody else want to try? What do you think it means to be at each other's throats?
Okay. To do not get along.
Right. To not get along or to argue. To argue.
Mhm.
Okay. So in this case, it means to argue. So if you're constantly at each other's throats, you're constantly arguing or fighting. Okay? Any questions? This one's okay? Okay, so let's go to the next one. We have all in a day's work. And Laura, I'm just going to mute you because there's a lot of noise coming from your microphone, but feel free to unmute yourself whenever you want to talk or have a question, okay? No problem. So let's see, now we have, is it Audrey? Are you there? I think your microphone's muted. Try to unmute your microphone up at the top above the Verbling chat box.
And me?
Talking to Yodvoy, but I don't think we can hear. We'll come back, okay? No problem. Let's go to Enrique. Enrique, can you read this one for us?
Okay, all in a day's work. Talking to famous celebrities is all in a day's work for some Hollywood reporters.
Okay, very good, very good. Sorry, there was a little bit of delay. All in a day's work. So what do you think it means, Enrique? All in a day's work.
It's a usual day. The work in a usual day.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. Something that's usual or normal. So in this case, most people don't talk to famous celebrities, but for these Hollywood reporters, it's all in a day's work. Okay, excellent. Again, Laura, just try to keep your microphone muted, okay, while other people are talking, because it's very loud, okay, Laura?
Okay,
So just
okay.
keep your microphone muted.
Okay, sorry.
No problem. Any questions about this one? All in a day's work. Okay, it's okay. Next, let's go to this one. Get on the bandwagon. To get on the bandwagon. Galib, could you read this one for us?
Maybe it's time to get on the bandwagon and buy an iPhone. All my friends have one.
Okay, perfect. So what do you think it means based on the sentence, based on the context?
I don't know what's the mean by bandwagon.
Okay, bandwagon, it's a very strange word used mostly just for this phrase, a bandwagon. But think about it outside of just that word. Think about the whole phrase. So all of your friends have an iPhone. Maybe it's time you bought one and you got on the bandwagon. Okay, what do you think? Any idea?
I don't know.
That's okay. Anybody in the class have any guesses as to what this one might mean?
To keep
spend money.
Okay, not to spend money.
Go with the flow.
to keep up with them.
I heard, Ali, what did you say?
Yes, to keep up with them.
Okay, to keep up with them. It could be, yeah, because they're getting phones and you want to keep up. You want to do same. I heard something else.
Go
Did
with
somebody
the
else have some? Right, to go with the flow, you could say. Okay, very similar to that. So if they're all getting iPhone, you might want to get an iPhone as well. Okay, to do something because it's popular. Okay, so
What's
in
the
this case,
meaning?
everybody. Oh,
What's
go
the
ahead,
meaning of
Larissa.
bandwagon? This
Right,
particular
bandwagon.
word. Yes.
Bandwagon, I'm not sure exactly what this word means. In this context, it means something that you hop on while everybody is going in the same direction. So a wagon is similar to some kind of vehicle. Okay, so we're kind of hopping on the same vehicle, going in the same direction. It's time to get on the bandwagon or go with everybody else. Go with what's popular.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, good. Let's go next to this one, a basket case. A basket case. And Laura, could you read it for us?
Yes. Susan was a basket case the entire week while she waited on the test results.
Okay, good. So what do you think it could mean, a basket case? She's waiting and waiting for these results, and she's a basket case. What do you think, Laura?
She was bored.
Mm-hmm. Right, she could be worried.
Worried. I think
Okay,
it's
anything
just
else?
it.
Anxious.
Right, she could be very anxious or worried.
Yeah.
Okay, good. But it's not just a little bit anxious, not just a little bit worried. It's so worried and anxious that you're kind of going crazy. Okay, so she's waiting for these results and she's kind of going crazy. She can't stand it anymore. She can't wait, so she is a basket case.
Could it be out of her mind?
Right. She's kind of out of her mind. She's going out of her mind. Okay, exactly. Any other questions? Okay, next we have this one, to beg to differ. Larissa, could you read this for us?
Yeah. John thinks Lil Wayne is a very talented artist, but I beg to differ.
Okay, good. So what do you think it means, Larissa, to beg to differ?
Maybe disagree.
Right, perfect. To beg to differ means just to disagree. Okay, so John thinks Lil Wayne is very talented, but I disagree with that. Okay, perfect. Questions here? Okay, next we have this one, to break even. And let's go to Mohammed. Have you got your microphone fixed?
Yes, I got it.
Oh, excellent, good. Okay, so would you like to read this one for us?
Okay, to break even, Michael thought he would lose $200, but ended up breaking even.
Okay, excellent. So he thought he would lose $200, but instead he broke even. So what do you think it means, Mohammed?
To break even, it doesn't happen.
Okay, so in this case, it didn't happen. He didn't lose $200, but there's a more specific meaning. Any idea?
Maybe it means that he lost 100.
Can you say again?
Does it mean that he lost 100?
No, he didn't lose 100 if he broke even. Any other guesses?
Something like inertia.
Inertia, what do you mean?
I mean, he didn't lose or he didn't get profits. So he
Right.
just, yeah, just, like, I don't know what to say.
Right, but you have the right idea. So he didn't lose anything and he didn't gain anything. So break even means that he just made nothing. There was no profit, but there was no loss. Okay, so this happens a lot of times in investments, or maybe if you try to start up a new store or a new restaurant, you might just break even, meaning you're not making any profit, but you're not losing any money either. Okay? Questions? Okay. Next we have this one, to break it to someone. Pierre, would you read this for us?
I
Are you there, Pierre?
I hate to be the one to, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, did you read it? I might have had some connection problems I couldn't hear. Maybe. Okay, I can't hear. But we'll go to thinking about the meaning. Okay, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but your wife has been cheating on you. Okay, does anybody know what it means to break it to someone?
To, like, to pass the news on to somebody.
What type of news?
Bad news, of course.
Right, exactly. Okay, to break it to someone is to pass on some bad news. So I hate to break it to you, or I hate to be the one to break it to you, but your wife has been cheating on you. Okay, it's always bad news when you're breaking it to someone. Okay, very good. Questions about this one? Okay, and even if you don't have questions about the meaning, you might want to ask about how you can use it in a sentence to make sure you can use it properly. Okay. Let's go next to cash in on something, to cash in. Amr, would you read this one for us?
Yeah, sure. To cash in on something. The actor wanted to cash in on his popularity by opening a restaurant.
Okay, excellent. So the actor is very popular. He wants to cash in on his popularity by opening a restaurant. What do you think it could mean, Amr?
I think he wanted to expand his popularity and open a restaurant, or use it to make his restaurant popular.
Right, so he wants to make his restaurant popular, but what specifically does he want? Why does he want it to be popular?
To get cash.
To use his popularity.
Right, using his popularity to, and I think, Amr, you said it, to get cash, to get money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the key. He wants to make a profit out of something that wasn't originally profitable. So even though he was very popular, just being popular doesn't necessarily mean you're making money. So he wants to make money from his popularity. Okay, good. Go next to this one. This expression, come to think of it. Enrique, could you read this one for us?
Come to think of it. Hey, come to think of it, I do have a sleeping bag you can borrow.
Okay, excellent. Any guesses as to what it could mean? Come to think of it.
Maybe that we have had time to think of it or something like that.
Okay, maybe. Any other ideas?
Yes.
Okay, what do you think?
Come and think of it.
Okay, come to think of it. Come and think of it. Okay, but what does it mean in this context? So imagine that this person has been asked before if they can borrow a sleeping bag. And the other person said, no, I don't think I have one. But now they say, hey, come to think of it, I do have one.
Maybe.
It's like making fun of him that he don't have. Oh yeah, it's like, it's in my bag, but he actually don't have one.
They're not making fun of the other person.
Is it like he remembered or something?
Right, exactly. So it means I remembered or I just remembered. Okay, so hey, I just remembered I do have a sleeping bag. Okay? So this one is very commonly used in conversation, come to think of it. This one's not so much used in writing, but it's used a lot in conversation. Okay? So it means I just remembered. Come to think of it, or I just remembered something. Okay?
I have a question. Can I use it in the past? So, came to think of it, can I use that?
This one is used almost always in the present, exactly like this, come to think of it. So it means I just now remembered. Okay, it's used almost always in the present, so you would just use it just like this, come to think of it. Okay, but that's a good question. I think that this one is kind of unique in that we only use it in this exact form. We don't change any of the forms.
Okay.
It's also used mostly in first person, meaning you wouldn't usually say, he's going to come to think of it. You always say, come to think of it, meaning I just remembered.
So it have only one meaning.
Right. It's a very limited one, but it's very common to use. Come to think of it, meaning I just thought of something or I just remembered.
So it's not like, let's think about it.
Right, exactly. It just means me personally. I just remembered something. Okay? Any other questions? Okay, next we have this one, to cover a lot of ground. Enrique, could you read this one for us?
To cover a lot of ground, we've covered a lot of ground in my English class in the past 2 months.
Okay, good. So what do you think it means to cover a lot of ground?
We learned very much.
Right,
Many,
in this case,
many topics,
it
many
means
subjects.
to learn a lot, learn a lot of topics and subjects. Perfect. But what could it mean more generally? If you're not talking about a class, what could it mean?
To do many things.
Right, to do many things, to discuss many things, or to make a lot of progress. Okay, so not just doing many things, but making progress. So think about when you're on a journey, maybe you're traveling somewhere. To cover ground literally means to make progress on that journey. So we can use it literally, meaning maybe if you're on a trip and you covered a lot of ground, or you can use it figuratively, like in this sentence, meaning you made a lot of progress in the material, or you went through a lot of information. Okay? Any questions about this one? Okay, let's go to the next one, to crash, to crash. And Laura, would you read this for us?
Yes.
Sorry, there's a lot of noise in the background. Just make sure you keep your microphones muted. But go ahead, Laura.
I am exhausted from work. Do you mind if I crash at your apartment for the night?
Okay, very good, very good. So what could it mean, Laura, to crash in this case?
Pass the night? Spend the night? No.
Right, to spend the night, or more specifically, to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this case, they're exhausted from work. Do you mind if I crash or sleep at your apartment for the night? Okay, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, what's the other meaning of to crash? Does anybody know the other meaning of to crash, the more common meaning?
To hit a car, when two cars hit each other or something.
Right, exactly. So this one has two meanings. When you use crash a car, it means when two cars hit. But when a person crashes, it just means they go to sleep, usually when they're very tired. Okay, excellent. Any other questions about this one? Okay, if not, then we're going to go back and review the idioms that we've learned. Okay, so we're going to practice using them in sentences, and of course I'll help you use them correctly. So if you don't remember the meaning, of course ask, and your classmates hopefully will remember and will help you. Okay, so the first one we started out with was all walks of life. All walks of life. And I'm going to ask Mohammed. Mohammed, do you remember what this one means?
All walks of life?
Right.
No, I don't remember.
Okay, so who in the class remembers what it means, all walks of life?
All kind of people.
Right, all kind of people, all kinds of people. Okay, so Mohammed, now that you know what the meaning is, could you use this one in a sentence? How could you use this in a sentence?
All walks of life. No. I don't know.
That's okay. Does anybody want to try? Maybe help Mohammed out?
Okay. People from all walks of life went to the stadium.
Okay, very good. So anytime you use people, you can say people from all walks of life, meaning people of all different types, of all different backgrounds. Okay, perfect.
Can we use it for non-humans?
We wouldn't typically use it for like animals, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, we won't typically use it for animals because we don't think of them as being shaped by their experiences, by their life experiences. So maybe you could use it if you're in a novel and you have animals that have human-like characteristics. But typically, no, we won't use it for animals.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Good question, though. Okay, again, we're just reviewing them. So if you do have any questions about how you can use it, where you can use it, now's the perfect time. Okay, but we'll go to the next one and see if we can use this one in a sentence. To be at each other's throats. And let's see. We have, let's go with Ali. Ali, could you use this one in a sentence?
Okay. Me and my friends at each other's throats.
Okay, very good. You have to use that word to be. So it should be me and my friend are at each other's throats.
Oh yes, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Perfect. So it means to be arguing or constantly fighting. Okay, perfect. Okay, next we had this one, all in a day's work. Amr, do you remember what this one means?
Not really, but I tried to figure out.
That's okay. Take a look at the example sentences. Maybe it can help you. So talking to a famous celebrity is all in a day's work for some Hollywood reporters. Okay, do you remember? What does it mean, all in a day's work? Any classmates want to help out?
Something like usual in their job.
Right, something that's usual on their job. Okay, something that's very typical or normal that happens every day on a job. Okay? So, Amr, could you then give us an example sentence? What could be something that's all in a day's work for some people?
Well, for students, all in a day's work is studying.
Right, exactly. Studying is all in a day's work for students. Okay, perfect. And a lot of times this one is used for things that are uncommon for most people. So if you look at this example, talking to famous celebrities is something that most people don't do or that they don't have the opportunity to do. But for these reporters, it's all in a day's work. It's normal for them, even though it's not normal for most people. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. Next we have this one, to get on the bandwagon. To get on the bandwagon. And let's see, we have Edson. How are you, Edson?
Oh, I'm fine. What about you, Audrey? I miss you.
Yes,
Missed you.
it's been a while, but it's nice to see you. But I'm excellent. Okay, welcome to the class. Thanks
Okay,
for
do you
getting
remember
on the
me?
bandwagon. Yes, I do. I remember you.
About our theater.
Yes, yes. Okay, so I know that you came in a little bit late. Did you see this one, to get on the bandwagon?
Yeah, I can see. I
Okay,
can see
so
that.
did you hear it when we went over it the first time? Do you know what it means to get on the bandwagon?
Actually, I don't know. I don't know what does mean it.
Okay, no problem. Let's help them out, classmates. What does it mean to get on the bandwagon?
May I?
Sure, go ahead.
I think it's to be like other people around you.
Right, to be like others around you, or to follow something because it's popular. To do something because it's popular. Okay, so in this case, we have all of my friends are getting an iPhone, so I'm going to get an iPhone because it's popular to do. Okay?
Okay.
So Edson, would you like to try making an example sentence with this one, to get on the bandwagon?
I think I want to be able to do it. I'm sorry.
That's okay, that's okay. Who else would like to?
I'm going to get on the bed.
May I?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, I had to study hard to get on the bandwagon with my classmates.
Okay, yeah, so to get equal with them, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, good. So you wanted to study hard so you could get on the bandwagon. Okay? Good.
Yes.
I I have a lot of money
Okay.
to get. I have a lot of money to get on the bandwagon. My dreams.
Okay, so remember that the bandwagon is doing something that's popular, doing something because it's popular. So what
Yes.
is it? What is it that was popular in your example?
Dreams.
Okay, the dreams that you had?
Yes.
Okay, it could be. So maybe if everybody has the similar dreams, you want to fulfill those same dreams and get on the bandwagon. Okay? It could make
Okay.
sense.
Audrey,
Yeah, go ahead.
is it correct? For example, John is getting on the bandwagon, going to the new discotheque, for example.
Right. So maybe he hasn't been there before, but now he's getting on the bandwagon and going, just like everybody else is going.
Okay.
Okay, excellent. Any other examples that you want to try? Anybody in the class? Okay, good. I hope that this one is clear. Next we have a basket case. Enrique, could you try and make an example?
Let me see. The referee was a basket case during the basketball game.
Okay, very good. So maybe if he was very invested in one of the teams, he really liked one of the teams, he could be a basket case. Okay, perfect. So a basket case means somebody who's very nervous or anxious about something, and they're kind of a little bit crazy, or like Ali said, out of their mind, right? Okay. Good. Any questions about this one? Or anybody want to try other examples to make sure you can use it correctly?
Can I say I'm a basket case now?
You could say, I'm a basket case now. Is that what you asked?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I hope it's not true. I hope you're okay.
No, of course not.
Yes, but you can say that. So if you're feeling very nervous and you can't control yourself, you can't control your emotions, you could say, I'm a basket case.
Okay.
Okay, good question. Next we have to beg to differ. And let's see, is it Entisar? How are you?
Yes. Hi. I'm fine. How are you, my teacher?
Great, it's nice to see you. Welcome to the class. Would you like to give us an example with to beg to differ?
Can I see the screen? Share it with me, please.
Sure. Can you not see it right now?
Oh, it's okay. To beg to differ. John thinks Lee Wine is a very talented artist, but I beg to differ. I really don't know. What does it mean?
Okay, so let's help our class. What does it mean to beg to differ?
Disagree.
Yes.
Right, exactly. So to beg to differ means to disagree about something or to think differently. Okay, so in this case, I beg to differ, meaning I don't think that he is a talented artist. I disagree with John. Okay, so how could you use this, Entisar, in a sentence?
I beg to differ with my friend that he can study 3 languages at the same time.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. So it just means to disagree with somebody.
Okay.
Very good. Any other questions about this one?
Can I use it in the past? In the past.
Right, this one you can use in the past. So you could say, I begged to differ. Begged to differ. And when you use it in the past, you add an extra G to that word beg. So it would be begged. I put it in the chat. Okay, that's the past tense. Good question. Other questions?
I have a question, but not related to the lesson. I can't see the chat, the text chat.
You can't see the screen?
I can't see the text chat.
Oh, the verbling chat?
Yeah.
Does anybody else have trouble seeing the verbling chat?
No.
No,
You can
it's
see
okay.
it?
Yes.
Okay, so you might have to click on the verbling classes button on the left, Amr. Maybe you have the Google chat open or something else open. So you need to click on that button on the left that says verbling classes.
Okay. I got it.
Okay? Okay, excellent. So let's go next to break even, to break even. And let's see. Mohammed, do you remember what this one means, to break even?
Yes, something didn't happen.
Okay, so in this case, maybe it didn't happen, but what exactly does it mean? It's not just that something didn't happen.
It means that Michael didn't lose $200.
Right. Okay, so he didn't lose $200, but remember he also didn't gain any money.
Yes.
Okay, so to break even means that he didn't lose anything or he didn't gain anything. So he made $0.
Yes. Right.
Okay, so how could you use this one, Mohammed, in a sentence? So try and come up with your own example sentence with to break even.
Break even. No. I don't have.
Okay, no problem. Who would like to try? Try and come up with an example using this one to break even. Anybody think about like investments? This one's used a lot with investments. What kind of investments could you break even on?
Can I say? I okay. I bought a car with $10,000, and I sold it with the same price, so I ended up broken even. Broken even.
Right, ended up breaking even.
Not broken. I can't
so
say
you can
that.
say, right, no, you would say breaking even. You could say, instead of that, you could say I broke even or ended up breaking even. Okay, so it depends on which word you want to put in the past tense. So ended up is already in the past tense, so you don't need to put breaking in the past tense. Okay, so you can either say that, I ended up breaking even, or I broke even.
Okay.
Okay, but excellent example. So you bought a car for $10,000 and you sold it for the exact same price. So you didn't make money, you didn't lose money, you broke even. Okay, perfect. Any questions about that one? That one might be a little bit complicated, but I hope that you can understand the meaning and hopefully make sentences using it. Okay, let's go to the next one, to break it to someone. So we still have that word to break, but of course the words that follow completely change the meaning. So let's see, we have another Mohammed Salah, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great, welcome to the class. I know you've just come, but we have this one to break it to someone. Have you been watching the class?
What again?
Have you been watching the class? Have you seen this one to break it to someone?
I just don't understand this sentence.
Okay, no problem. So let's help them out, class. Those of you who are here, what does it mean to break it to someone?
Well, I think it's like I don't want to be the first one who tell you the bad news.
Right, exactly.
But I have to, but it's like that.
Right,
So,
to break it to someone means to give them bad news. Even if you don't want to, it means to give them or to report bad news. Edson, did you have a question?
no, I was thinking about. Sorry, excuse me. I was answered. I was thinking about answering this question, but it was exactly the same thing. Then I don't know who answered, but I was thinking about the same thing. I was thinking the same thing.
Okay.
You know?
Yes. Well, would you like to give us an example sentence using this phrase?
Oh my God.
I'll give you an opportunity to speak.
Like, for example, there is an accident, and I need to tell about it to the, in the accident, one person is injured, and I need to tell to his mother about it. Oh, something like, hey, miss, I'm sorry about it, but I need to break it to you about what happened with your son.
Right. Perfect. Right. This would be exactly how you would use it. So it's news that you don't want to tell somebody, but they need to know it. So even though it's bad news, you have to break it to them. You have to tell them.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay.
Other questions about this one?
Teacher?
Mm-hmm.
Can we say the doctor has to break the patient death to his family?
Okay, so instead of using it, you can put something else in. Is that what you're asking?
No, can I put something between to break and it too?
Right, you can put something in between to make it more specific. So you can say, the doctor had to break the bad news to the family.
I have an example to say about this sentence.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mohammed, did you want to say your example?
Like Dad, I am here to say that to one break it to you, but I have crashed your car.
Mm-hmm. Right. I hate to break it to you, but I've crashed your car. Okay, that's a good one.
Oh, it's a bad one.
So hopefully you never have to break that news to somebody, but that's a good example. Okay.
Yeah.
And that was a good question, what you asked, Entisar. You can, like I said, you can put other things instead of it in that space, but usually it's some variation of the news. I hate to break the news or the bad news to someone.
Okay.
Okay?
Teacher, I have asked.
Okay.
Is that word you say that to break it to, is that in American language or British language? This idiom.
I'm not sure. I assume that they use it also in British English. So I don't know much about British English, but this is a very common phrase. I assume that they use it both in American and British English. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, very good question. Let's go to the next one, to cash in on. So to cash in on something. Raisa, are you there? Okay, you might need to unmute your microphone, but I'll come back to you. We have Ahmed.
Yes.
Okay, welcome to the class. It's nice to see you. Would
Thank
you
you.
like to try an example with to cash in on something? So do you know what it means, Ahmed, to cash in on something?
I trying to guess the meaning, but let me 1 second, please.
Quando você comprou isso aqui, mãe?
Okay, no problem. Would you like maybe to have some help from your classmate? Your classmates could give you a definition.
I have that I get the
Tempo quanto? É mais de 1 ano?
Okay.
I have example.
Okay, so let me go to you in just a second, Mohammed. Ahmed, have you got the meaning of this one, to cash in on something? Or would you like to hear Mohammed's example?
Someone help someone take the scheme from something.
Okay, not exactly. Mohammed, would you like to give your example?
I think that means he use his control. He use his control, or he use the example. The senator wanted to cash in on his controlling by jailing someone.
Okay, so remember what it means to cash in. It doesn't just mean to use something, but it means to take a profit from something. So in this case, the actor is using his popularity to make money in this restaurant. So he wants to cash in on his popularity and make a profit, or make money from it. Okay? So what would be another example of something that you might cash in on?
A teacher?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cash in is like depend on?
Not to depend on, but to make money from something, to make a profit.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so
It
in this
means
case,
exploit his popularity.
Yeah, more or less exploit, but not with such a negative connotation. So exploit has a very negative connotation. It's usually something that's bad, but to cash in on just means to make a profit from something. For example, an artist might love to paint, but they want to cash in on their art. So sometimes it's not profitable just to paint. They need to make money as well. They need to cash in on their skills so that they can make a living, that they can live.
I have an example.
Okay, go ahead, Ahmed.
Now I open the center, so to cash in on from it.
Okay, so you can cash in on maybe if you had some kind of skill that helped you to open the center, you can cash in on that skill by opening the center. Okay?
Yes.
Perfect. So it's something that maybe you don't always make a profit from, but you want to cash in on it. So cash in on that skill, cash in on the popularity in the sentence, in the example sentence, to make a profit from something.
Audrey,
Yeah, go ahead, Enrique.
for example, she's trying to cash in on her eyes to close the deal, for example.
Her eyes?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so maybe she has really beautiful eyes and she's
Yes.
trying to use them. Okay, perfect. So it might not be something that you always get money from, but she's trying to cash in on her eyes. Cash in on those beautiful eyes to try and get money.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. So we're gonna...
Teacher, you say to cash in on in using in financial senses,
Right.
profit
It's
money
usually
only.
talking about profit, about money.
Money.
hmm Sometimes we can use it figuratively, but typically it's talking about money.
Or for example,
Go ahead, Enrique.
I could use the same example for say to improve her grade.
Right. So she's using her eyes to cash in, maybe with the professor, to improve her grade. Okay, excellent. So as I said, it's typically used for money, but at times we can use it figuratively. Okay? Very good. So we're out of time, but I'll post the link again in the chat so you can continue to review these words. Try and come up with your own examples. Keep coming up with your own examples so that you're able to use them comfortably when you're having a conversation. And of course, if you have any questions, just send me a message, maybe on my Facebook, or ask me when you come into class next, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Okay? So
Thank
everyone,
you, Audrey.
yes, thank you for coming to the class. It was a
very
pleasure.
much.
Okay,
You're
thank you.
welcome. Yes, and I hope to
Thank
see you
you.
in the future, everyone. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Yes, take care. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.